Oh my. I don't even know how to react right now. Wow. Unfreaking real. What a period. I mean, first of all, I had a feeling Tarasenko was going to break out. I didn't expect Kyrou to break out like this. 4 points. 4 points. 2 goals, 2 assists in the second period alone. Wow. What amazing. Just that's good hockey. I mean, that's just, when you look at it, it's just good hockey. Yeah, I heard that too. The fans in the stands counting. I love that, man. I love that. Yeah, I kind of blew the low score thing, huh? I didn't see it, but you know what? At the opening, I talked about Talbot being the weak link in Minnesota, and that's what it's been. You know, I'm sorry, Talbot is not. Yeah, they need to pull Talbot. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got 20 to go. We're up by 4, 6-2. I'm really impressed. You know what? I got to ask you here now, and I'm glad. So I did send Tim a link, so I don't know what, I know he's with his family, so happens, it happens, doesn't, it doesn't. No issue either way, right?
Yeah.
I wrote that article, and I said the Blues are becoming a complete team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're seeing?
I absolutely think it is. I mean, Kyrou had 4 points in that period alone.
Yeah.
But it's coming from everywhere. We've got a
Yes.
Perron goal. We've got a defenseman scoring in Krug. I mean, it's literally the entire team is gelling together.
Tarasenko with a beautiful goal, the power play goal. This game. I mean, and not only that, the score of the game is St. Louis 6, Mikkola 1, Brunovich 1. I think that was off Brunovich's stick.
No, I think it was off of Bennington's paddle.
No, but it hit Brunovich's stick and then hit Bennington in the back of the head, I think. That's what I saw, right? Because of the angle it took. It didn't go straight up. It kind of cut. That is... You know what, Ian? I'm going to send you a link. I got some questions to ask you, so stand by a second.
Well, when we were doing our little, predictions, you never let me say anything.
Okay.
My prediction was actually going to be a 6-3 Blues win, but I figured you would have laughed me off, so I didn't push it. And I think we could see it.
That to you.
Oh, you would have.
Actually, Ian, I'm full now. We'll get to you late. We'll get to you at the post game. This is a complete team. Right? Mm-hmm. The St. Louis Blues that we have right now are a complete team. And if we can stay away from the injuries and COVID, I don't want to get too high, but damn, I love what I'm seeing.
Hey, Guy, I want to say one thing.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember 2-3 years ago? Kyrou doesn't fit Berube's style. Kyrou's not good. He's just not a good player, isn't tough enough, and he's just not good at it. He doesn't have good enough hands. We need to trade him. Thomas, man, he's just so disappointing. We need to trade Thomas. And then Tarasenko, oh, let that guy go. He hates the city, hates the team. Okay, all you people that said that, start hating on another Blues player because I want to see them do well too. Because it seems like every time these bandwagon fans that don't know hockey jump on a player and say he should be traded because he's no good, a player steps up. So, guys.
Well, I'm guilty for Scandella because I was hating on him for quite a while, and then he's been playing pretty well lately.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty well lately, but nobody, it hasn't been the fever and all that people had with Kyrou and with Thomas and with Tarasenko, how they were just hateful about it. And, I don't hate Marco Scandella. He has good games, and then other games he's not so good. But Hey guys, this goes to show you that when somebody says be patient with a young player, be patient with a young player. I see people wanting concentrated. What's he only played in 30, 32 games in his career now? Something like
hasn't
that.
had my only issue with Costin is I don't think there's room for him.
Actually, time
I
out.
think
Aaron,
you have to make room for him.
Aaron, it was actually Kyrou that scored first, then Tarasenko.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, guys. I'm going to have to hold, Lance, I'm going to have to ask you to step out, and I'll get you in the post game. I have a special guest. Please, everyone, welcome former NHL referee, Tim Peel.
Guy, I'm so sorry about that earlier today. I'm skiing in we're in Galena, Illinois. Do you know where that is?
Yes,
Oh,
I do. I do.
Yeah, I've never been, and Mike Murphy, who is actually the chiropractor for the St. Louis Blues team, he's a big skier, and we were going to take the kids to the Winter Classic, and we kind of made an audible on the because of the weather, and said, you know what, it's going to be too cold. My kids are 9 and 7. We're like, let's take them skiing for the weekend. So we decided to come up here, and I'm sorry I was on the slopes all day with them, and I apologize.
Tim, no issue, man. No issue whatsoever, right? Just having you here for this. I know we've talked. We're going to try and do a full-on me and Ashley interview with you later because I really want to get into some rules issues and things like that. But having you just on the intermission show and possibly the post game is more than enough for me. Have you been able to watch the game?
Yeah, we're watching the game. Like I just tweeted out, I go, "Is Kyrou any good or what?" Like,
yeah, and I think I replied just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. The guy's got the guy. So I do this weekly radio show with Strickland and Jamal Mayers in St. Louis, and we were talking about him a couple weeks ago. And people expect these guys. He was a second-round draft pick. People expect these guys to come in and be good when they're 20, 21. You know, like it takes these guys. It takes them a couple years. They need to go around the league 2 or 3 years. They need to play all the teams. They need to, it's an experience, and it's hard to explain how it all happens. But this guy, I'm telling you, man, he has been unbelievable. Not just tonight, but he's just been great all year. And
yeah.
You know, I know we're all huge blues fans. And can you tell me, like, would Vladdy Tarasenko seriously want to be traded from this team? Like, Tim, he looks like he's having fun.
I wrote about this. I said, and I got nothing against Jeremy Rutherford, but I think he fanned smoke to make a fire.
Yeah.
And you know, I get it. That's his job. But it didn't seem right. And I had a private conversation with Tarasenko, and he told me some things that I have never repeated. But this guy has taken a lead, and he's showing that he's a leader on and off the ice, and just playing amazing hockey.
And you know what, Guy? These Russians, they're a different breed. Okay, they're different. Like if they had it their way right now, they would all leave and go to the Olympics because they love playing for their country so much. Okay, they love playing for their NHL team, but they love Russia, and he's playing with Barbashev. He's playing with Buchnevich. These Russian guys love playing with Russian players. They're more comfortable. That's who they hang out with. When I guarantee you, when they're home in St. Louis, they're at each other's homes having dinner, the wives and so on. Like that's how they are. And I give them credit for that. That's their pride that they have of being Russian. But they're different than North American players. And I'd look at Vladdy and say, you got a pretty good thing going here. Who knows what it's going to be like next city you go to? And as you guys have seen, the fans have embraced him here this year. They've been
I know. I knew they did. Right? I wrote about this. When Buchnevich got traded here, I said, and I had a couple of Blues analysts tell me how stupid I was. Didn't use that word, but said that I needed to be educated, that Buchnevich, Barbashev, and Tarasenko should be on a line together. And I called it the Spetsnaz line. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I got an article. Ashley can tell you. I did
Oh,
that
yes.
back in July.
And I believe it was Jamie Rivers told him that it would never happen. Barbashev wasn't ready.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. The
Right?
so-called experts didn't think it would happen, right?
Yeah.
I knew it. I just knew that they would. Hey, we got a question for you here, and I got one for you too. Which players around the NHL had the most personality when getting assessed a penalty?
Well, someone asked me the other day who are my top favorite players, and easily Joe Thornton from San Jose. Well, he's in Florida now, but I had Joe. I had Joe since he came up through the OHL with the Sioux Greyhounds. Joe Thornton's one of the greatest and nicest players and human beings. Anze Kopitar, same thing. Just Patty Marleau. There's so many good guys that I refereed that if you gave him a penalty. I remember one game in St. Louis, actually. It was ironic. It was in St. Louis, and Mike Lego and I were doing the game. And Patty Marleau got sliced open. And I mean, it looked like he was filleted open. It was a bunch of stitches. And he came over and he goes, "Hey, Pilsy," he goes, "I got high stick there." And I go, "Yeah, Patty," I go, I know, like, I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. And he goes, "Don't worry about it." And he skates away, where most players would be yelling and screaming and they'd be so upset. But most of these hockey players are such tremendous people. And I had a good relationship with almost all of them.
Yeah, the ones that I met, current and former, are some of the great guys. I've become great friends with Gary Younger, as you know, and he's just been an amazing friend for me. For you, I don't remember, but did you ref any of the outdoor games?
I did two of them. I did the one in 2009 in Chicago at Wrigley Field, which was a big thrill because I was never a baseball fan until I moved to St. Louis in 2001. And I moved to St. Louis, and as Ashley knows, living here in St. Louis, the Cards were on a roll back then, and I either became a Cards fan or I got left behind with nobody to talk to or nobody to hang out with, and so it was a great thrill. I got to go to Wrigley with my wife and family a couple times and watch baseball games, and then to do the outdoor game. And then I was fortunate enough I was able to referee the Winter Classic in St. Louis at Busch Stadium.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, and that was just a great time. And you got your family and friends there, and it's funny because, not to bore you, but as a ref, and especially living in St. Louis, you never want to make a call that determines the game, or listen, I had a lot of good games, but I had some bad games too. And you made a call that might have screwed up the game, and it's the Winter Classic. And I remember, I think it was Tarasenko or it was somebody late, and they scored empty net goal. And I realized the game was over, and there was about a minute left. And I actually got a little choked up and became overcome with emotion because all this stress was off my shoulders, because I knew I didn't want anyone to be talking about Tim Peel and the officials. I wanted it to all be about, the Blues and the city and what a great game it was. And so people don't realize that, but we care. Like, people think
in the short time I've known you, I knew that. So my question, going back to that, is, are there any special rules that are put into place when they have the outdoor games, or when it's really cold like this? Is there any special rules or special things that we should be looking for in the third period, referee in the referee style?
No, you know what? These guys have done a good job so far. I think these are two. I think these are two pretty disciplined teams. The penalties they've called so far have been good. The only thing that I worry about sometimes is they moved the game up from 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock because of what happened in Tahoe last year. Yeah. Everyone thinks the cold can sometimes be bad for the ice, but it's actually the sun. The sun's the worst thing. And hopefully it doesn't get if it gets too cold, I'm worried about chipping, big chips being taken out of the ice. But I remember in Chicago, and I think, in fact, I know at Busch Stadium, we had a couple holes because it was actually too mild out, and they had to come out with the fire extinguishers and So I think the ice is good tonight. And I heard Perron earlier, and I don't foresee any problems in the third period.
Yeah, they have heaters on the ice, so they're keeping the ice up. And I've only seen a couple of repair jobs. The one question I have, and I remember in tripping the tripping penalty, and I don't know if it's changed, but I used to understand the rule being that you were allowed to go for the puck, and if in going for the puck the guy tripped over your skates or he was tripped, that wouldn't count as a trip. Have they changed that? Because that's what happened earlier.
Which one was that?
The first one, Bennington was going for the puck and got called for the trip, but he went to play he was playing the puck.
Yeah, that's a penalty, guy. Anytime that happens where a player or a goaltender comes out like that, even though you're right, he is trying to play the puck. He doesn't intentionally do it, but it's still considered a penally.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fair. I just wanted to bring it up. I just wanted to bring it up because, and maybe you remember. I'm sure you remember this. The Bozak play in the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 5. Everyone's saying that was a missed trip. I always contended no. Bozak's stick was on the puck. He was playing the puck, and he has a right to play the puck. If the guy falls over his stick, that's on the guy, not on Bozak. Am I wrong on that?
We'll agree to disagree. That should have been a call, and the Blues got a break on that. But all joking aside, 10 out of 10 times, Kelly Sutherland and Steve Kazari were the refs working the finals in that game, and they're both excellent referees. And you could tell by Kelly's body language after the puck went in the net, he was skating up the boards and was skating by a Chari, and he knew it should have been a penalty. But guess what? Everything evens out. There was a missed hand pass in the San Jose series. Okay.
Yep.
Listen, calls get missed. I hear it all the time. People are asking the other night, Lozon got buried or buried somebody from the Oilers from behind into the boards in the Edmonton Kraken game. And people were all up in arms because McDavid a couple nights earlier got a major in a game and I tweeted out, I said, Wes McCauley and John McIsaac were roughing that Edmonton Oilers Seattle game. Two very good refs. One of probably the best ref in our league, and Wes McCauley. I go, things get missed. Things get missed in the NFL. They get missed in baseball. They get missed in every sport. And it's just the way it is. And it's just unrealistic to think that these guys are going to be perfect every night. They can't be.
No, they can't. And I don't expect them to be perfect. I really don't. I love when they miss calls. I love things like that. It's part of the game. I love that it's not perfect. The only thing that I've thought, and we can talk about this more later, I'll just kind of throw the carrot out there, is that they should have a third referee that's not on the ice but up in the booth that could call you guys down or have you review what was a non-judgmental penalty, like a hand pass or something not a trip or a hooking or things like that, because that's judgmental, but procedural type penalty.
But we already have. So what? That's a good question, and that's been brought up for last couple of years. And what they did was, after the Timo Meier hand pass in San Jose, I was a standby ref at that game. I was standing at the Zamboni entrance for the Blues, and everybody in the building saw the replay on the jumbotron. Everybody on the bench saw the replay. Everybody on TV saw the replay. Everybody from China to the U.S. saw the replay, except the 4 officials on the ice, which should never happen. That game should never end like that. You've got players chasing the officials off the ice. It was a shit show. It was terrible. Yeah. And so what the NHL instituted the next year was a game cannot end on a play like that, hand pass, high stick, etc. Now we have video review guy for headshots. We have video review
procedural stuff.
We have video review if you call a double minor, but it was actually his own player stick that got him. We've got these mechanisms in place now to help prevent those problems from happening again. The only problem that I have with a third official sitting up there on the ice is we still need to, because now what we're doing is we're really saying we want our game to be perfect. It
Okay.
can't be perfect. It can't be perfect. We
Fair enough.
still need some human element in it, and like it is in all sports. And you know, like I've noticed with baseball lately, they're like, do we even need an umpire anymore? You know, you got the box, You know, do we?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we do. Like we still need some human element here, you know, and that's what people like. They want the emotion and they want, you know, the ups and downs of getting upset at the refs, and it's good for the game. It's fun. It's
You know what, Tim? I absolutely agree. You know, and because it's fun arguing when the ref makes a mistake or when he makes a judgmental call that you don't like. It's fun. It's part of the game.
I would laugh. I would laugh when buildings would start chanting "Ref, you suck," because because honestly, because I would like I'd chuckle to myself on the ice because I'm like, these fans actually think that I'm like really upset now. Like they think that I'm probably gonna cry and I want to like go into the dressing room. But it was the total opposite. It was like, this is awesome. The fans are yelling. It's good. It's
Okay,
fun.
I hate to do this, Tim. I love having you on. I'm sorry it's so short, but Kaipo Kakkonen is in net. The game is about to start. I will send you a link for the post game. We do 30 minutes to an hour. You're welcome to come on for any amount of that you want if you want to come on. If you can, we love it. And me and Ashley will set up a time sometime down the road and do a full-on sit-down interview with you.
We'll do it for sure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate
Talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Aloha, guys.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
See you at the post game.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.